This will be something to get everybody really in the election spirit for 2024. Bill Maher's real-time reruns, say that 10 times fast, will be airing on CNN because there's, like, what's left on that station, okay? And when was the last time anybody unironically tuned into real time? Like, you have some conservative cucks out there sharing, oh, look at Bill Maher actually said something based. There are some good lefties that are, there are some good liberals that are out there. But Bill Maher, he's shaped like whatever container somebody pours something into him, okay? He is the windsock of the highest order. And if you can pry him away from certain types of ladies of the evening long enough, you're going to realize if you take that teleprompter away from him, he's as much of an empty suit as anybody who's still over at CNN. So I guess now he finds himself in good company. Variety reports that new episodes of Real Time will air on CNN Saturdays at 8 p.m., the day after they premiere on Max, starting Saturday, March 23rd. Oh, good. Set your cable boxes, folks. In addition to Real Time with Bill Maher, to CNN's weekend primetime lineup marks the start of a commitment to investment into topical entertainment programming that we're bringing to the weekends. I thought you guys are supposed to be the number one name in, let me check my notes again, news, right, news, but you need entertainment, and nobody's quite said, hey, I need to laugh, I need to cheer up, so let's just go ahead and put on Bill Maher. Nobody said that since he was, on NBC? Anyways, this isn't the first time CNN has aired programs from other networks, especially under the WBD umbrella. Yeah, exactly. The HBO and CNN are all owned by Warner Brothers Discovery. Yeah, it just kind of shows the redundancy that's on display right there with the two networks. But anyways, the series will continue streaming on Max and airing live. The new move will put an end to CNN airing segments of Overtime, post-show, special Bill Maher films with his weekly guests. Oh, right, yeah, because I thought I heard that, or at least covered a little while back, maybe during a previous election cycle, that CNN was going to be hosting clips of Real Time, but now they're just cross-pollinating on this one, hoping that somebody's going to pay attention to what this old has-been has to say, because the only time that he's relevant is when one of his guests says something completely and totally deranged, like old... I'm Bob De Niro. I need to tell you that a Trump presidency would be bad for everyone. De Niro clutches his pearls over another possible Trump presidency. He says, come looking for me, because that's what happens in that kind of a dictatorship. Oh my God. Listen, I'm a huge fan, okay? This is me playing the death of the author card super hard when it comes to Bob. Look at my media library. I see a whole bunch of Robert De Niro that's over there. I see Raging Bull. I see Godfather Part 2. I see Heat. I see Casino. I see Goodfellas. I see some of my favorite films of all time up there. And I know that he hates me because of my political beliefs directly to my core. I think his politics are stupid. I don't hate Bob De Niro for that. I find him to just be the quintessential actor. Let's call it exactly what it is. Whenever he's in an interview, he always says the dumbest things imaginable. And when he's not saying the dumbest things imaginable, he has nothing to say. He's been a legendarily difficult interview, mostly because he doesn't have two brain cells that would ever be in close proximity to one another. They're not even on speaking terms with one another up there. He can read a script, he can memorize lines, but that's about it. And that's your actors on full display, taking the opinions of whatever's popular to try to be the most appealable to the broadest demographic. That's why you see just about everybody in Hollywood adopt whatever the societal norm is when it comes to a specific topic, with very few exceptions that are out there because they want to go along to get along. None of them are as unique and special and thought-provoking as they think that they are. This was one of those things, one of those realities that really came to light thanks to the advent of this little piece of technology right here. The moment that veneer of speciality, the moment that actors begin to spend more time staring into a screen, spouting off their irrelevant nonsense, that was the moment that was the definitive death of the movie star. But let's talk about good old De Niro here for a second. He's one of the many woke celebrities who constantly prove that Donald Trump lives rent-free in their heads. Exactly. In what could be perceived as a desperate effort to remain relevant, it appears all the Hollywood actor does these days is air his grievances about the former president. Well, he doesn't have a wife to bicker with anymore, and Scorsese only makes one film every half-decade, and actually I think in the background you can still hear Killers of the Flower Moon being filmed and played in every cinema. It was so long. During an appearance on Bill Maher's eponymously named Real Time with Bill Maher show, De Niro weighed in on the upcoming presidential election, attempting to persuade Maher's relatively impressionable audience to re-elect Joe Biden. Well, they were already going to do that, okay? Bill Maher had been running tacit defense for Joe Biden. Is like, oh, look at him when he does something stupid, but he's better than the alternative. Remember, this is Bill Maher, the same asshole who thought in 2019 we need to tank the economy so that the orange man doesn't win again. Played that before in my other Bill Maher videos. I think that he's boomer nip, okay? I've said that time and time again. He's not authentic. He's as authentic as De Niro, okay? So this is why this conversation was so goddamn magical. The bottom line is, it's Biden v. Trump, preface De Niro adding, do we want to live in a world where we want to enjoy living in, or live in a nightmare? Vote for Trump, and you'll get the nightmare. Vote for Biden, and we'll be back to normalcy. Was this an interview that was given in 2019, in 2020, when Biden was running the first time? Because, okay, cool. If you look around right now, anywhere that you live, if you see normalcy, I don't know what to tell you. This is how disassociated from reality your average Hollywood elitist is. Unbelievable. As Maher's audience euphorically seal-clapped in response to the actor's non-coherent argument, so I guess he's in good company with Biden, when Maher asked the actor about his opinions on Trump emerging victorious in the New York Times recent poll titled, "No matter race, age, or gender, more voters say Trump's policies helped than Biden's," noting the 45th president was winning way more among women. De Niro replied with a non-answer. "I don't like the orange man. Never liked the orange man. I don't know. I don't know." The actor admitted, all right, he's in Joker. I got Joker over there. That's one of the most recent films, I know it's from 2019, that I've actually purchased to add to my collection. I got all the classics, but when it comes to new stuff, quite frankly, nothing's ever going to really hit that same level. Anyways, I just don't want to feel the way that I did, and many of us don't, after the election in 2016. Where we couldn't believe it happened. So he's been living in this existential orange man terror for 8 years. Get over yourself, Bob. As if completely devoid of a compelling argument to back his incessant besmirching of Trump's name, De Niro then declared, "The guy's a total monster, and anybody I don't understand. I guess they get behind that kind of logic, and they want to F with people. Screw them, because they're unhappy about something. Projection much, okay? Paging Dr. Freud. Trump is such a mean, nasty, hateful person," he went on to state. I'd never play him as an actor. Oh, nobody was asking, because I don't see any good in him. Nothing at all. Nothing redeemable in him. Oh, but you could, by that logic, you could also find something redeemable about the wife-beating Jake LaMotta and Raging Bull. This is the IQ of the actor. If he wins the election, you won't have to show, oh, right, yeah, this is his nonsensical rant. This is the part that everybody was looking at going, wow, he's really far gone, huh? If he wins the election, you won't have the show anymore. And he'll come looking for me. There are things that'll happen that none of us can imagine. Oh, like what happened the first time when everybody was doing better across the board, when you could actually still get roles in Hollywood. Yeah, tough times, right? That's what happens in this kind of dictatorship. Right. But normally dictators, they're the ones being politically prosecuted by their enemies. They're the ones being threatened with life sentences upon life sentences of imprisonment. They're the ones having their private property confiscated because of terrible legal decisions. Right, yeah, that's how a dictatorship normally works. A sociopathic, psychopathic, malignant narcissist. Well, at least it's not cancerous. Okay. As Maher's audience once again seal-clapped in support of De Niro's delusional claims. And yeah, I don't think delusional accurately encapsulates the rants that Robert De Niro has been going on for, well, yeah, for the past 8 years. But this one right here just really crescendoed how unhinged he has become. He would continue to go on by just, simply deriding Trump, but I think that really nails the point home that De Niro is probably just the most vocal, probably just the most notable actor that's out there, because Mark Hamill, okay, Luke Skywalker, he's just as unhinged, but we're dealing with a different echelon of talent here. Still like Robert De Niro's movies, but when it comes to him as an individual, the less he says, the better of an actor he becomes. So with all that said, thank you all very much for the gift of your time. I've been Don Consuelo. I want you to follow your gut and get after it. Take care, everyone.